What is going on, peeps? Senior Jesus Believer here, and welcome to another episode of Undoctrinate. So, here we are again at the Vatican News. I don't understand why Google keeps popping up Vatican News articles for me on my little news feed that I get. But, yeah, it keeps providing me all the insight that I need to give to you all by the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, so that you all can see the Antichrist spirit at work. And the Antichrist spirit is the most subtle of all. And the language is quite clear from the quote unquote Holy Father. So, no, he is not my father or your father or anyone who believes in the Mashiach, because contrary to popular belief, Jesus is a Jew and not a Roman, despite the fact the Antichrist spirit has tried to basically mimic him and steal his hope, power, glory, redemption, forgiveness, and salvation. And all for greed and lust. As you can see behind the Pope in the image, if you were to look at it closer, is clearly a bunch of suns bursting for their sun god worship, or horse, or Ra, or whatever abomination they want to worship. Let's get into it. Pope at audience. Those who pray, pray for all. Now check this out. I'm just going to skip all of this because there's a bunch of nonsense. It does sound cute. Oh, there's those sunbursts. Yee. That's why they have the obelisk out in St. Peter's Basilica, because they obviously do not read scriptures. Let's skip right down here to the bottom. Leaves on the same tree. Quote, "We are all leaves on the same tree," the Pope said in conclusion. "Each one that falls reminds us of the great piety that must be nourished in prayer for one another," unquote. Well, I disagree. He obviously does not read scriptures, because we are not all leaves on the same tree. As a matter of fact, what does scripture say? The scriptures indicate that we should be fruit, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace. But let's go back to love real quick. That is ahava. That's not the eros or the romanticized Rome. There again, so much corruption comes from Rome, as bad as, Alexandria in Egypt. But the fruit of the Spirit is ahava, joy, Jesus, others, and yourself will be taken care of. Peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. That's in Galatians 5:22. In Matthew 7:17, it says, "Even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit." Didn't say anything about leaves, did it? But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit, which must be, there again, them leaves the Pope is talking about. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Wow, it seems pretty evident to me that there is no language of leaves regarding our walk with Mashiach. So, I implore you, study the scriptures, and then just ask God to reveal what's going on in the world around you, and you'll clearly see there's a lot more Antichrist spirit at work. And of course, at the head of it is the Vatican. Now, be mindful, the Vatican, the High Court in Jerusalem, London in the Parliament, and Washington, D.C. are all in cahoots together. You have got to do some research to understand this. But they're all tied in together, and yes, they all worship the obelisk, the sun god's phallus. Find your walk with Jesus before it's too late, and undoctrinate.